from taking it to this level.
You barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
Do it right now. When I was getting a physical to play football, I think
I've never been fondled.
the RN, which obviously they check you for a hernia. And before she did, she's like, "Everything okay with your balls?" I was like, which I think she said because it was a 14-year-old kid, but
Well, see, here's the thing. I've always heard stories about that. Why is that so funny? It's the truth. They're checking for testicular cancer.
It's so funny.
no. She wasn't doing that. She was checking me for a hernia.
Well, they're checking you for both.
Well, probably.
Because they're looking for lumps, right?
No, because
They're like all...
you can't. When they check for a hernia, they just
Don't they grab it? Or?
no. Have
See,
you?
I've never
I
had it
told
done.
you. Garfield and Friends from Fickle
Oh.
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This
Times ahead.
Yeah, I hate that one.
one.
There were two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of
Oh,
them.
The
well,
second
that's what
one,
he sent me a picture.
Ready,
Ready
Ready?
two,
to
party!
We're ready
to party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on in, come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends. And then I think there's another
I love
verse.
how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it. I have a list of movie titles that were almost called something else. Star Wars Episode 6 was almost called Revenge of the Jedi. We know this, right?
Yep.
I mean, we're nerds. Alex might not have known that.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's not Revenge of the Jedi.
No,
it's
no.
Return. I was like, bitch, you ain't no nerd.
Head cheese.
Head cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Alex?
I have no idea.
Yep.
Yeah!
Why,
Nice!
Why head cheese?
Because I remember there's in the Texas Chainsaw, the remake in '01, they go into that rest stop
Mm-hmm.
and there's a pig's head
Yep.
in the display case, and head cheese is a boiled. You boil
How
a
did you
pig's
make
head.
that freaking connection, Brett?
That is a photographic memory. at
Oh
work.
my god.
What is the McGangbang?
McDonald's McGangbang. Simply order a McDouble and a McChicken. The McChicken sandwich is placed directly inside the juicy McDouble, buns and all. So if a normal McDouble doesn't quite fill you up, take the chance by combining a McChicken McDouble from McDonald's secret menu.
So then, do you just order the two different pieces, or do you?
You
Order
say, I want the surf
McGangbang?
and turf, and they'll give you the two.
And they'll give you the two and you put it together. I'm not into the fish thing, but I think I would do the McGangbang.
Yeah.
That does not sound fun at all. You know what, honey? Let's try a McGangbang.
Are you bringing that to the table, Alex? Are we having
We can
this
set it on the
discussion?
table and do it right here on the podcast. Try a McGangbang on the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
So Die Hard started a trend.
I hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
She's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is
Oh,
very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote of by
Yeah.
John. I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot!
I
You
thought that
okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there. Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay.
Let's do some
You're doing some friggin' Christmas trivia.
Welcome to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 371. Sorry about you live folks. We're a little late. We had a busy evening.
Yep.
We're just doing work, you know? Well, Alex is doing work.
I'm doing work. You ain't doing
I'm
shit.
always. You're having a shitty week. I'm sorry. It is what it is as far as work goes.
Honestly, it's the most stressful week I've had at this new job in the whole entire time I've worked with this job, but
yeah,
it's nice to know I'm not the only one suffering because my team is very open about being drowned basically in work, and my supervisor was like, for all of our new people, August is our worst month. September it will start to get better, and my guess is because like kids are starting to go back to school now, so everyone's trying, because I mean it is busy in the vet field right now because people are trying to get things out of the way before their kids start going back to school.
Yeah,
one of which is like getting your dog or cat or whatever up to date on vaccines. And it's just like, you know, one of those like tick boxes that you have to tick off of your list.
One of those extra
like
things.
It's like, oh man, they got to get the school supplies, got to do this. Oh man, that's right, the vet's been telling me for months I have to come in and get my vaccines updated.
Time of recording, August 7th. Our friends, their daughters are already in school today.
Yeah, today was the first day of school.
7th. What happened to summer, guys, for kids? What is
I don't
this?
know, because
if I had
you
a kid,
and
they're staying out of school for a month.
You
I
and
swear.
you and I.
They're not starting until September. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a homeschool kid or something. This
You
is
and
crazy.
I would
no way.
Still be on summer vacation for another month.
Absolutely. If not a couple weeks, at least a few weeks. There's no way people are starting school right now. It is insanity. I don't know how that is a thing. I don't know who passed that. More schooling doesn't necessarily add more intelligence.
The other thing that's weird is today's Wednesday.
I know.
And I always remember starting on a Monday.
No. Well, I remember starting on a Thursday when I first went to my school here in 7th grade when I switched schools. And I started on a Thursday. We had a couple of days, and then we had a weekend.
It was actually, you know what, to tell you the truth, I think it was always on a Tuesday because Monday's Labor Day. And we always started like the day after Labor Day.
Yeah. Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Yeah.
You know, it was our summer. That's how we knew.
That's what the summer was Memorial Day to Labor Day.
I just thought that was a Minnesota thing because that's what I had growing up until I moved here.
Yeah, growing up until about high school, it was...
No, even earlier than that for you, because when I was in middle school here, that's when things were... I was
then maybe it was
school in August.
Maybe it was
I've never
school.
seen that before.
I remember it kept getting later and later as far as when school let out. It was May, and then eventually it became the first week of June, and then I graduated like the second week of June.
Yeah.
So it was... it's bad.
I can't believe school's starting. It's crazy. It's insane to me. No. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
Speaking of reminiscing, let's reminisce now, because on this day, you know how we like to start off the show with something that happened so many years ago. This one's going to hurt a little bit.
Uh-oh.
So this was, if we were to record on Monday, so on this day on Monday, 29 years ago, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, came out in Japan.
Oh, my God. Wow.
It came out in October the same year in the States. So I got to say, it's almost been 30 years since the sequel to Super Mario World came out. I cannot believe that. I remember when that came out. I remember when we got Super Mario World in the house, like when we had that in Donkey Kong Country. Those were our two first games for Super Nintendo. And then I remember hearing about 2, and it was a completely different game.
Right.
It's insanity how much time flies. So... but it's just been a couple of weeks for us as far as us doing a lot of traveling still. We're still in the midst amongst our... I think we hit the brakes after this last weekend that we're going to talk about. We're going to get to it.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun show, guys.
It's going to be an interesting tale. We have a lot to tell. I haven't told my side of the story of the the whole hotel and parking lot incidents and stuff. It was an interesting week. So let's get into our trips and stuff, the stuff that we've had happen the past couple of weeks. We went to the beach again. This time not as burnt because we prepared ourselves a little bit more. We put sunscreen
It
on this time.
wasn't, and we also didn't go at like
It wasn't that bad.
the top of the hour at noon or 1. We
No.
went at like 3.
Yeah, we left
Which
about
really-
5, 6.
Really helped because when we get there and it's like noon or 1, it's like the heat of the day. There's no escaping the sun or the heat, and it's so hot.
It's so hot. It's so hot.
Yeah,
The
but
beach
it
is
was
not
really
worth
nice.
staying that long unless you have a group of people going. If it's just 2 of you, just spend a couple hours. You don't need to
Yeah.
overdo it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would have.
We gotta do
I think
something
if we
like
get
jet
there
ski.
like not 3 but 2 o'clock, because I actually would have liked to be there at least 1 more hour.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had to work the next day, I think. Was it Saturday? No,
We went on a Saturday.
Why did we leave early?
We didn't leave early. We got there at like 3:30.
Yeah, we left at
So
about
we left
5:30.
because it's a 2.5-hour drive.
Yeah, that too.
So we had
That's
to
the other thing
leave
we have
by
to
a
take into
certain
account.
time.
It's a long drive for us to go to this beach, so
But it's a very nice beach.
It is. It's comfortable. It's not that very expensive. Just the parking, that's all it is.
Yeah.
But no, we did that, and then just working from home, both of us. We haven't really done a whole lot of driving throughout the week. We just did a lot of that. We got a question on YouTube.
You came up to Michigan?
Oh, we do it pretty often.
Yes, we go to Silver Beach.
Yeah, we go to Silver Beach this year. This is twice we've gone now. We could
That's
go
usually the
again.
beach that we go to is Silver Beach.
Could go again before the end of August. Probably one more time. We'll see.
We have yet to go to the dunes. I've heard that the Indiana dunes are very nice.
Right.
And it's a lot closer. It's more like an hour and a half drive and not 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So we have yet to try that. We might do that next.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Let's do that next.
I don't
Let's
care.
do the dunes.
We've had so many new experiences.
We
Let's
already
talk
talked
about
about
our
the dunes.
latest new one. So as far as like this also dive into playing and watching because we live attended a wrestling event for the first time ever. Not just any wrestling event, SummerSlam. So we saw the event of the season for wrestling, and my God, we had quite an amazing time at the stadium. I gotta say, the crowd was great. The people around us were fine. It wasn't too rowdy. We saw one person get stretchered off during a match in the background.
from like the floor.
We don't know what that was about.
They had a brace on their leg, so I wonder if like they fell down the stands or something.
Stairs.
Yeah.
It is an outdoor stadium, so
Yeah.
concrete can get slick. But it
It's
wasn't
very,
wet.
and it's
It wasn't
very
wet.
steep stairs, so it's like it's easy to miss your footing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Lawsuit there, I guess. I don't know. But I gotta say, outdoor stadium was fine. I had my doubts because it was very stormy the night before and the day of, like right before we got to Ohio, like Akron is where we stayed. Right before we got to our hotel, which was at about 3:00, it was still kind of raining. We were kind of like,
bit.
oh
Yeah.
boy.
We
It
went
cleared
through.
up.
We drove through a whiteout for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, you were kind of freaking out.
I was going,
I was
like,
a little worried too.
There were people pulling off, and I was going like I think at one point I was going like 20 miles an hour in a 75 zone with my wipers full blast because you couldn't see it. It was just.
It was
like a car wash.
It was a summer tropical like shower, basically.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was like the sky opened up and just went pee.
It peed on us. So we got to our hotel. First of all, this hotel, before we get to SummerSlam.
God, we have such horrible experiences with hotels. I swear. I even like looked at the reviews on this one.
I know.
I looked at the reviews. I looked at like a lot of people said
Are
like
you
it's
skeptical for our next trip?
Yeah,
Me too.
I am.
I'm very
and I was like,
skeptical.
and with the price, and I was like, it matched around all the prices of the other hotels, and I was like, okay, it
Yeah.
can't be that bad. The location, fine.
Yeah.
Wasn't sketchy or anything. It was fine. Outside, kind of meh. Inside, when you first walk in, fine,
It's
beautiful.
fine.
But it's after you leave the front desk, everything just starts to look.
It gets
shitty.
weird. First of all, they have a ramp section that's sectioned off to go for. There's a short level of stairs for each area where you go to your rooms. I can't even explain this
I don't know.
well.
It's weird.
So you take your hallway. Let's just say you're going down straight the hallway. You have to veer off to the right. There will be what looks like an entrance to something else to a ramp to go around this area, whereas if you were to just turn right a little bit later, you'd see like 2 or 3 steps.
I don't know. It's weird. It's a really weird hotel.
This is built so
weird.
So not only that, those areas where the ramp are, no cameras.
There's no cameras.
There's no security in that section. That's
there's
weird.
like soft spots in the floor where the floor feels
I forgot
like
about that.
It's
That's
about
I discovered
to, like,
that when we
like
left.
if you step in that area of the soft spot, it's like your foot might go through the floor.
I thought we were gonna sink through the carpet.
Yeah, and then like there's the walls start to get all scratched up, and then we get to our room.
The room. First of all, we're like, okay, at least we don't have too many neighbors. There's just a crowd of people suddenly just erupts around us. All of a sudden, we just said, okay, so now we got some people to deal with. We get into our room. It's soundproof. That is the only
I know
good thing
that was
we
really
had.
nice. Was that our neighbors, like the next door people, were being super loud, and you can hear everything they were saying in the hallway. And you got in our room, and it was like
dead silence.
Dead silence. And I was like, oh, at least the rooms are soundproof. That's nice. But then the room itself was shit.
I looked at the ironing board. It looked like trash. I looked at the bathroom. Everything just...
I should have uploaded these so that way you could show them all.
You can put them on your drive and share them, and I can show them right now.
I mean, they're on Google for a review.
I wonder if I can search the Google.
It would be most recent.
Yeah.
And you can pull that up because I made a really nice review and they posted it.
Well,
and then I actually got a response from the hotel that said, "We're sorry."
Where did we stay?
Baymont. Starts with a C. Baymont.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Let me find it because these pictures are totally worth it.
I can search the area. It's right next to it. I see it. I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Yep, right there. That's the one.
So I'm going to go to the reviews here.
Reviews, and then just go to most recent, and you'll probably see mine.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's right there. It's the first one.
Oh, my gosh.
And there's all the pictures. What do you know?
Okay.
It's the first one. I gave it a 2 out of 5. It wouldn't let me give it like a 1.5.
All right. So
this
is interesting, guys. Here we go. So first off, starting off right here, you got a nice crack. We're going a little backwards here, but you can see this line a little bit. We got a nice crack in our window. That's okay. It's not like
it's fine. It is what it is. But it was like I was just taking pictures to prove that we didn't do it.
Right.
So
I don't know why you took a photo of the sink.
So I took a photo of the sink because there's no way of releasing the drain.
Yep.
The drain was stuck in the down position, so you could not use the sink.
This sink. We had
Luckily,
2 sinks.
there was another sink on the outside of the bathroom that we were allowed to, that we could use.
Oh, yeah, the corners were all messed up.
This was like just chips in the paint and stuff. I mean, which is just wear and tear. This was disgusting. So all of the shelves, all of the dressers were look like they have never been wiped down ever. They're full of dust. That is the outside of the tub.
Yeah.
It is absolutely.
We didn't shower in this hotel, by the way.
No, this is the first time we've ever stayed the night in a hotel, and we actually did not use the shower.
I'm gonna vomit.
This is kind of hard to see, but there was just stains everywhere. So this is the tub we got. So the description, if you pause, if you pause right here, the description of the hotel room was that we got a king deluxe room with a jetted jacuzzi, and I was like, oh hell yeah, this is gonna be amazing, and the pictures online were amazing. This is what we got, which was just rusty pipes, and the tub itself wasn't clean. They had not cleaned it in I can't tell you how long. This is that. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if you can zoom in on that at all.
I can't really.
You can't. Okay,
no.
But this shows you it's not clean. All that there you go. All of that is like dust and dirt specks and stains and like a little bit of mold.
I think that's black mold right there. Yummy.
Yeah. All of that I was like, I'm not taking a shower. That's the same thing. It's all scratched up and whatnot. That was the actual.
That's the tub.
That's the tub. That's gross. This was the shower curtain. Guys, you can go to the dollar store and buy a new shower curtain for a fucking $1.50. This is what they gave us. And then this was like
the ceiling got me.
Yeah,
I lolled at that.
The ceiling
I was like,
was falling apart. Like the drywall.
I know a drywaller.
Oh, I know a drywaller too. You can fix that in a second. So anyway, so this is
Patch that immediately.
yeah,
That's
right?
nothing.
That's easy
to them.
This right here, you'll have to zoom in a little bit. So this is like a big crack. Again, I just took a picture of this.
That's on the door frame.
That's the door frame.
Oh, the door frame's cracked. Okay.
Yeah. So I took a picture of that just to show like we didn't do that.
That's the ironing board.
Oh, there's your ironing board. Look at this.
I called this.
A cover for an ironing board. Go buy it at the fucking dollar store for $1. Look
Even
at that.
the ironing board itself is disgusting. So. Oh yeah, they banged in this chair.
Right?
You know they did.
And this is just simple paint and plaster work right there. I mean, okay, that was the first thing we noticed was that there's stains on the lampshades. Like, disgusting. Looks like somebody poured something on the lampshade.
That's beer. That's beer.
Ew.
That's beer. Yeah, definitely a drink. Someone got into a fight, threw their bottle at the wall or something. Like that.
Ew. I think that was the end.
That's it.
Yeah, so there you go. Those are the photos that I took. Those are disgusting. And this got decent reviews. And I'm like, you know what? The bed was fine. I checked the bed. The bed was fine. So I was like, but everything else in that room was disgusting.
The floor was okay except for the entrance. The floor was fine. It
looks like they just did, like, it looked like they changed the carpet. There wasn't any carpet. It looks like they changed the bed sheets, and that was it. Like, it was not good. I mean, all right, compared to the murder hotel that we about stayed in, I said that was the only reason why I was like, I'm fine with this room. It was because of the murder hotel in India.
Did you check out the room before me? You should have.
When?
You should have checked out the room before me this time. We just make it a regular thing.
And I check out the room? Okay.
You just have to carry the...
No, but that's why this time before we took our stuff in, I said, do you want to go see the room first? Remember? We parked and I said, let's go check out the room
Even
first.
though we had the lightest, we had a suitcase,
I don't
bathroom
care.
bag, and
I don't care.
makeup
I
bag,
just wanted to go check. We're going to make it a habit that we check out the room before we bring our stuff in.
Oh, you absolutely always should.
Because if we decide, like, we're not staying here, yes, we paid our deposit, but if all we did was go in and say, ew, and check out, we're most likely just going to get it back.
Which is what happened at the murder hotel.
Yeah, which is what happened at the murder hotel. Don't stay at the murder hotel.
Never stay at the murder hotel, guys. Just fair warning. So, yes, that was the hotel stay. But let's talk about SummerSlam now. We got parking at a garage that was probably about, like, let's say about 5 blocks away from the stadium. Let's say maybe 5 or 6. And you already had prepaid for this parking. We got there. It was full. I
am so lucky I bought that.
So lucky.
I bought it only like a week. Not even. Like a week prior to SummerSlam.
Yeah, we bought our tickets a week prior.
And it was full, and it was only like a mile and a half away from the stadium. And it was more than...
that far? Okay, never mind. It's more than 5 blocks.
Yeah. And it was only $24 versus like $52 to park at the stadium. Well, so I also saved us a bunch of money on car insurance.
Yes. So by bundling your car insurance,
right?
With whatever, we're not gonna.
Right, just stop.
Let's go on. So we got to the 5th floor of the parking garage, parked, got our stuff ready, and just walked to the stadium.
It's a nice walk. It's
just follow the people.
We've never been to Cleveland before.
No,
Cleveland was nice.
It was
at least like the area that we were in. By the stadium.
It was clean.
It was nice. It was just nice.
Yeah.
Everything was nice.
Can't complain.
Yeah. We've been in some pretty nasty big cities and not unsafe big cities. And this one felt, I don't know if it was just the vibe, but it seemed really nice downtown.
You could tell that it was Browns country because everything was orange.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. And then you know that you were getting into SummerSlam because they had banners up for everything that was happening. I was like, wow, they actually decorated the city for this.
It wasn't difficult to find out where to go.
No.
Because there were just thousands of people.
You find the lake, you take a left.
Yeah, right. There were also just thousands of people dressed up wearing WWE things and posters, and you just follow the crowd.
Yeah. We brought our posters in and went through the... we got about 10 feet from Seth Rollins because he was being interviewed for the pre-show. They didn't have any dark matches before the actual...
That's the only thing I was confused about. It said that the pay-per-view and the event started at 6:30 Eastern. Josh and I were in our seats at 5:45, and they didn't even have anything. We didn't have anything. They opened with...
They had a DJ going just...
I know, but they opened with Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Doing like the
So whoever saw the pay-per-view, if it was Jelly Roll opening, that was our opener.
Yeah, what you guys saw on the pay-per-view, that's what we saw.
Yeah, we didn't have anything
there
before.
was absolutely nothing until 7 p.m. And I'm like,
we have yet to go back and watch the
yeah,
pay-per-view.
I know. We still have to go back and watch the pay-per-view, see if we can see ourselves.
Here as well.
And hear the announcers, because that's the only thing that's kind of weird about going to an event versus watching it on TV. I figured we would have some type of commentary, but I understand why we don't, because it would just echo.
Yeah. I'm wondering how we would have that.
Watch it on our phone somehow.
Oh, no, because then you're not watching the match.
Right? Or have it on the phone with your...
But the good thing that they had set up was they had a camera. You always got quote-unquote ringside seats, because for us being there, we always saw the ringside camera. We didn't see any outside, like above, like around cameras, unless it was the end. And that's when we were already cheering anyways. Mostly every match that we saw was fantastic.
Yeah. It was
predictable.
We lost our voice after the
Logan Paul and
LA Knight match, which...
Yeah,
I'm so happy about.
Yeah.
I just do you even know how loud I screamed when
you were
he
happy
won?
for him too, right?
Well, for one,
you know
I fucking hate Logan Paul. I've hated him before WWE. I hate him even more now.
Do you know how hard he's worked for a title in this promotion?
LA Knight?
Yeah. Do you know how hard? Yeah. Yeah. Do you know how he actually deserves?
Oh, he deserves. So well, that's why everybody said that at the end. We did a "You deserve it" chant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Finally got something.
Oh my god, that was
noteworthy.
like as soon as it was like 1, 2, 3.
I was not expecting the 3.
I wasn't either, but the crowd just erupted. Oh my god, it was so awesome. I loved it. I was like, I felt myself going, yeah, and then my voice just went I lost it.
I
lost
too.
it because I had already been yelling the whole time.
The pay-per-view opened with Rhea and Liv Morgan's match, which was fully predictable. We knew that was gonna 100%. You know what they did?
What?
They just pulled a WrestleMania 20 Chris Jericho and Christian 100%. So when back in WrestleMania 20, this is
20 years ago?
2003, 4?
Yeah,
about 20 years
20
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, they just did WrestleMania 40 this year. So, yes, 20 years ago. So, they repeated this entire storyline. They just gender bent it. It was Christian. Chris Jericho was betting. No, Christian bet Chris Jericho $20 Canadian that Chris Jericho couldn't get a kiss with Trish Stratus. So this went on for a couple of months, and this built up to where Chris Jericho and Trish Stratus actually had a relationship. And then suddenly, it turns out Trish Stratus 180'd, slaps Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 20. He loses to Christian. They did the exact same thing.
Interesting.
Interesting. So I
at the
saw
same
this
time,
before.
nobody likes Dom anyway, and Dom
it was time for him to move on.
Rhea deserves somebody better than Dominic.
She's already married or with somebody.
In her storyline. Okay?
Her and Damian Priest, I believe.
Him and Liv can go do their own thing, but
Rhea and Damian Priest are they're like a faction right now.
Oh, yeah, they are actually.
Because later on in the night, that also happened. What was the other matches that happened throughout? Let me actually bring up the card because we
don't have to go through all of them. We have a long show.
Well, the Gunther match, that one was the spotlight.
Gunther.
You talk about that one with the spotlight on us the whole
time.
Oh
my god! So that was absolutely hilarious. We can't pull that up, can we?
No. Well,
there's no music in it.
That's okay. I can probably pull that up.
It's
on
on my
your
Facebook. Yeah, there's no music. So anyways, in our section, we're sitting opposite hard cam and all the way basically there's about 10, 11, 12 rows behind us until you get to the very top of the stadium. Which sounds like really far away, but you could see everything.
Yeah,
so anyways, when it's nighttime, the Gunther and
Damian
Priest match came on.
Look over at me for that
and
one?
we couldn't see the first half of the match because we had this gigantic bright spotlight from the top of where the top of the mat basically, or the ring, where the tent is, we had it shining in our faces and in our section, and it was so incredibly bad that our whole section started chanting chants to try to get someone's attention to turn the light off because we can't see. So we said things like, we can't see, and then it turned to, we can't see shit, we can't see shit, and then it turned into, turn the light off. And then after that, the somebody got the memo and the light started to go down.
Well, this
like
is one of them here.
Turn down. The light started to turn down.
They won't turn this damn light off shining directly in our faces. We've done so many chants to turn it off.
Okay, so there's that one.
Okay, so the next one is the we can't see shit stuff.
Oh, that's just. I stopped that one. And there's
This one.
See shit! We can't see shit! We can't see shit! We can't see shit!
So you're like you're just laughing in the back. You're not even like doing the chant.
Yeah. So this is like the whole entire top section is screaming this because we can't see.
Why does that play when I close that? That's bullshit.
And then finally, all right, if you pause it for a second. Finally, whoever it is that's messing with the lights starts to turn it down, and right before I start recording, we go, more, and then I started recording when they finally turned it down enough we could see, and the whole section was like, yes! And then we ended up chanting, thank you, light guy! Here's the video.
As you'll hear.
They turned the light down.
You'll hear it in a second.
Thank you, light guy! Thank you, light guy!
Oh my god, it was hilarious. I really needed to clip those together and make a TikTok. I think it would be hilarious. Like, who knows? We might get noticed by somebody.
Okay.
Like WWE be like, sorry we shined the light in your face.
Yeah,
But anyway,
okay.
so that happened. But yeah, so the
You're not-
actual
that's not gonna be a
Gunther
thing.
match was amazing. I think he was very well deserved, and it was his first title reign. So we got to see a first timer. So that was
Yeah.
nice.
One of the other ones I want to mention was the well, of course, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk match was really interesting with Seth Rollins being the
Seth Rollins
guest
being the
referee.
guest referee was hilarious.
Yeah. The Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa match, it was
Honestly,
predictable.
it was pretty predictable. It was
Pretty
very boring
predictable.
for the first 20 minutes.
I forgot
There
that
was
it was
absolutely
hardcore rules.
nothing going on until Kevin Owens came out, and then
I was so happy to see Owens
I was
and
like, oh
Orton.
hell yeah! And then after that, everybody was like, Randy, and Randy Orton's one of my original
Yeah.
favorite.
I looked over Alex like, you get to see Randy.
I know, it's like one of my original and current favorite wrestlers.
He's still a favorite. Yeah.
And we got to hear him come out and his music, and I was like, and I got to see an RKO done live, and I was like, oh my god, my heart.
It was so nice.
It was amazing. And then after that, Reigns came out.
Yeah, and seeing Roman, excuse me, Reigns
is back, and that was a
different
huge
feeling.
surprise. Yeah.
How do you feel about it? Because you hated him.
Well, at first, when he first was in, oh my god, I want to say Judgment Day, but that's not
The
it.
Bloodline.
No, before that.
The Shield.
The Shield. I liked him in The Shield, and then he started doing this Bloodline thing, and I didn't really enjoy the Bloodline thing. Before the Bloodline thing, there was
the
something
Bloodline
else.
was good faction.
I didn't like it. I don't know why. I just didn't. But I also think that they're trying to carry it on with Solo, and
They're running a good story with it. I think it's a long-term storytelling. Is what
I think
they're
it's
doing.
boring.
They need a mafia-like thing going on, and that's what they are.
I guess, but Roman came out as titled head of the table.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. But no, it was nice to see him back. So
It was
All I know is it was a very good pay-per-view.
And when we look back at all the reviews, everyone was mostly pleased with the results. So I gotta say, we saw one of the best pay-per-views ever, and all the results were things that we were okay
Not
with.
disappointed. That's
Not
for sure.
disappointed at all. There are some matches that could have been like different, but
yeah,
they're
but
fine.
you need a filler match.
They're
so.
fine. They're fine. I wish there was another match where we could have seen Uncle Howdy. That would have been really, really nice. I don't know why he wasn't at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I don't know why they
Obviously
didn't prepare
because they didn't
something.
have any time. So
Yeah, I guess we were running out of time. They really did cut it right to 11 o'clock ish. Or was 11.
it was 11.
And
yeah.
we should have stayed in the stadium because this
We
is where the night
should've.
went downhill. This is
Yeah.
where we're going
So
to
this
talk
is-
about
this is
the
the
rest
fun-
of the night.
the fun story that we'll
get
try to
into.
speed through a little bit, so we're not.
I don't know. Like, it's not like a long story. We basically went back to the parking lot, and the garage, as soon as we got there, we saw everything was locked, like car locked. No one was getting out. Everything was bumper to bumper. No, like and everyone had their taillights on. Like nobody was moving. It was just a full on. You're stuck. You're stuck. So we just got all the way up to our car and turned on the AC because at that point we were sweating.
It was like 200% humidity and like 85 degrees. It was ridiculous.
bad.
And then we are in a parking garage with hundreds of cars that are turned on. So it was very hot.
And we didn't have any cell phone reception because everybody else was trying to use their cell phone.
Well, then we're in a parking garage.
And we're in a parking garage. So
yeah, we had like a bar or a half a bar. We couldn't do anything. So I was like, I'm tired.
We tried for like an hour to do something, to figure out something.
Yeah.
Okay, do we go somewhere? Do we do something? We should have walked to that one hot dog stand.
Yeah, we could have.
Anyways, so all that aside, we sat in the car for an hour and a half, right?
It was like an
Am I
hour
getting
and
the
50
timeline?
minutes.
Yeah, getting close to 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours.
And about an hour and a half, I started seeing cars moving, and you had fallen asleep at that point, and I'd seen cars starting to move slowly, and I was like, "Oh, we're about to get out of here." So we waited about 15 minutes ish until your alarm was about to go off, and that was about another 20. And yeah, I gotta say, we got out of there, and
it probably took 2 hours to get out of the parking garage.
Yeah, it was a rough.
And then it was an additional 35, 40 minutes back to where our hotel was.
Yes. So that was another just regular drive. It wasn't too busy. It was okay.
Well, it's because it was not 3. It was like 1:45 at that point.
When we got to where our hotel was, that's when we spotted the Taco Bell. Now, this Taco Bell is Satan's asshole.
Oh, yeah.
So, we had no idea what we were getting into here.
For one, guys, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. Nothing else was open.
Yeah.
And we were starving because we hadn't eaten since 5:45.
We
And
had
it's
our-
now like 2 a.m.
We
We're
had our meals
hungry.
at SummerSlam. We each got a meal. They were great.
So I was like, let's just stop at Taco Bell. It'll be fine. We'll pick up some tacos, have a couple, and go to bed.
That sounds like a Fort Wayne dream.
That was at
That is not an Akron, Ohio dream.
1:45 a.m. is when we pulled up to Taco Bell, and there was only maybe 5 cars in front of us.
And they didn't move. And they didn't move for a long time.
At one point, we were stuck because we couldn't leave because
when we got into this drive-through, we were like, okay, we're just gonna get to the thing. And by the time we were close to the ordering window,
we got car locked.
We got car locked with a curb on both sides.
Yeah, we couldn't move.
We couldn't.
We
jump
couldn't
it.
even if we decided to go and leave. We couldn't without damaging our car. So at one point, I timed it. It took 37 minutes for one car to move. By the time we got our order, which was placed before 1:45 mobily,
it was placed at the drive-through order at 2:30. We got our food at exactly 3.
Yeah. We were in line at Taco Bell for an hour and
They
15 minutes.
at 3. We were in the line for that long. There's an hour and 15 fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
There were like 2 teenagers working there, and it was like for every car, it took like 30 plus minutes to serve. And by the time we got back to their hotel, which was like, I don't know, 5-minute drive, and got up to the hotel room, they served us cold food. Like it's like they turned the burners off and just gave us what was left. So it wasn't even like worth. Like I just ate what I could quickly just to fill up my stomach so I can go to bed. But if I could give this a 0 star, I would have. It was horrible.
Yep, I left a pretty scathing review about it, and it turns out that they had a history of this, and they still do, for the past year. So
how they're not shut down, I have no idea.
The location doesn't look bad.
Because by the time we got served, there was still like 10 cars in line.
There were a lot of people behind us. I know.
I wonder what happened. Did they just shut the lights off and say fuck it?
I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what you do at that point.
Like, because with how slow they were going, they would have been done with orders by like 5 a.m.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Like 2 hours past the time they closed. So I have no idea.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got to bed by like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Didn't even eat much of our food. We ate a few tacos. You had your 2. I had
And we were
2.
so sweaty and nasty, and we couldn't get back and shower because the shower was gross. So we decided, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to wait and drive the 3 hours home and take a shower at our house the next day. So we went to bed all sweaty. So there was also that.
There was no bow chicka bow wow either. At 4 a.m.
We
were sweaty and tired. It wasn't even a good sweaty and tired.
No,
either.
it wasn't. And then I checked out the next morning while Josh is grabbing the car, and I noticed, hey, the breakfast bar's still open and serving coffee. So I'm gonna go get some coffee because I'm fucking tired.
You do you, boo.
So I went and filled up some coffee and went to go grab a napkin next to the coffee, and there's ants all over
That's how
the
you
breakfast
get ants.
bar.
It's so bad.
And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
The guy was hitting on you too.
Yeah, I know. I had a guy at the breakfast bar hitting on me. It was funny. And then
you gotta refresh your chat
again. Anyway, so I got my coffee and I was pissed off already about the night and everything. And I get my coffee and I didn't even drink it. We just ended up going
went to a gas station
and getting some.
And their coffee maker was down.
Yeah,
they only had 2 cappuccino sections, and it was salted caramel or French vanilla.
Which was
and we each got
but I ended up throwing up. Yeah, I would have. I threw out my hotel coffee like immediately.
And we got a bag of
I
donuts.
was like, hell no, I'm not drinking this coffee. It's probably got ants in it.
It was
bad.
Okay. So you know what? So that was our trip to Ohio. Let's talk about a pleasant. We drove back. By the way, long story short, after all that,
you're funny, Patrick.
We've been tired still. We're still kind of like,
I know we're old
about it. But for the rest of playing and watching, let's talk about the other stuff we've watched lately. You and I had a drive-in movie theater experience recently.
We did.
So there's one still open in the area. It's about a 25-minute drive away. It's fine. That's how far you drive to get to one of the theaters here in the city. So it's not a big deal. We went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and it was a double feature. And the other one was Bad Boys Ride or Die. So we got to see
2 movies we've never seen.
Yeah, we got to see, and this was also opening weekend. So we got to see, actually, was it opening night?
We saw Deadpool opening night.
Yeah, okay, so it was Friday. The Friday. Only
because we were debating on waiting a week or two, and there was just way too many people online, like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, and basically literally anything about Deadpool and Wolverine was #no spoilers, #no spoilers.
And we're not going to spoil our. There's no spoilers in our review.
We're not going to do spoilers.
But I have some things I want to say about the movie.
Yeah, we're not going to do any spoilers, so don't worry. It's way too new and way too good of a movie to do an in-depth spoiler review. But
most of the spoilers are out there, guys.
Yeah, so be very careful. Be very careful. I'm so glad we went the first night because, oh my God, even that night on TikTok, you scroll and it's like, oh, that got spoiled.
It already had one of the characters talking, and it's like, oh, that's one of our favorite moments, too.
#all spoilers.
So
no spoilers.
It was definitely a fantastic send off to the old era of superhero movies. Our era when we were teenagers or a little bit younger, so growing up.
Like the original, or not the original, but
the original X-Men,
like X-Men.
Deadpool, or not Deadpool. Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Like this is his.
Oh yeah.
Like no one else could
He
play
was.
Deadpool.
He's. You know what? This is one like in 30 years when we're old and our
Yeah.
kids are like they're trying to remake Deadpool, and I'm gonna be like, no, Ryan Reynolds can be 90 years old and play Deadpool.
Essentially, this is like Ryan Reynolds took everything that Disney wanted to forget about Fox and put it in and tried to like, hey, there's still some life here. And there is.
A lot.
There's a lot. And there's stuff
I will
that,
say I had my doubts.
me too.
I thought they
Zero
amped it up
expectations.
so much that I ended up just going, you know what? It's probably just going to be okay.
Yeah. Seeing Wolverine in the 90s get up, which that's not a spoiler. You see it in the trailers, all the yellow stuff. It's great seeing
It's
it.
amazing.
It's such a nostalgic trip. It feels good to see. I was, for most of this movie, smiling. Just
I was
every
smiling the whole
scene.
time.
Yeah, I would look over at you. We'd talk about it. Since we're in the car, we can talk things, through the movie. I'd recommend if you guys ever have a drive-through experience or drive-in experience. Sorry, not drive-through. Drive-in experience for movie theaters. That's one of the best if you're actually a couple that talks, or you got friends that talk. Better effects than expected.
Very
great
very
cameos and Easter eggs.
Yep.
Practically every single one brought a smile to my face. I like this movie. I'm giving it a 9.7.
I'm giving it a 10.
Yeah?
Mhm.
As a Marvel movie, how many 10s have you given in
0.
Marvels?
Actually, I might have given the first Guardians of the Galaxy
What
a
about
10.
what about the Avengers?
Actually,
Endgame?
if I were to pick my favorite ones, like for my movie going experiences with
yeah.
Marvel, it would have been that we went and saw multiple times. I would say the first Avengers movie.
the first Avengers.
We were obsessed. I was like, oh my god, this
it's
is
not
amazing.
that fun to watch now.
No, but when we first
Pinnacle
at
Marvel
the
right
time,
there.
that was like, oh my god. But now we've been spoiled.
We have.
But I'm saying like
We
when
really
that
have.
came out, that was like wow.
Yeah.
So we went and saw that like right away.
We
That
saw
was
that
probably one of
twice.
the first times in a long time that we had seen a movie, and there was so much crowd interaction in the theater.
Infinity War was my other one.
I would say that one. Another
The
one that
ending was so. The theater was silent.
it was, but it was good. But I would say Deadpool and Wolverine is probably.
It's got to be my top 5. Top 3.
I honestly think I could watch this movie over and over and over compared to any other Marvel movie.
Compared to any other Deadpool movie too.
Oh yeah. This is definitely easily the best Deadpool
Like I love
movie.
the first Deadpool movie. It's great. It's a great movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
probably
it
one of the
was amazing.
Best origins movies.
It was a jaw dropper when it came out,
Mhm.
and this is literally every scene is a jaw dropper.
It's great. Really good.
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are literally at the peak of their careers right now.
It's like Ryan was like, "Hey, you like this character? Yeah, so do I. Let's put him in there."
Let's do that. Yeah.
So
It was
I gotta say,
amazing.
if you haven't seen
If
it
you
yet,
have not seen
I'm
it,
sorry, it probably got spoiled. Some of the spoilers.
I want to go again.
Yeah.
Very, very badly. I want to go again.
And then we saw Bad Boys Ride or Die. Got to give this one an immediate 8. This one was a fun movie. I actually, you know what? Maybe an 8.5. This one, for not seeing a Will Smith movie in a couple years now, probably. I don't even know. I enjoyed this one a lot.
I went into this movie with low
I turn to you.
expectations.
So the Deadpool Wolverine movie was done at what time? It was about 11
It
o'clock.
was like 11, maybe. No, it was like 12:45 or something. Remember? Because it was like super late, and I was like, we were already yawning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were already yawning, and we did not go for the double feature. We
No.
went because it
We went
was
for
Deadpool
Deadpool
and
and
Wolverine, and it was at a drive-in. It was nice outside, and it was like $9.
Yeah.
So
It's $8 a ticket.
whatever.
$2 concession.
So-
It's pretty good.
You turn to me after Deadpool and Wolverine come on, and before Bad Boys come on, and what do you tell me?
I said, if the minute this movie gets boring, we're out of here. And you said, yeah, that sounds great.
Sounds great.
We're not here for this movie. We stayed for the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Every single scene was great. They actually wrote Martin Lawrence not annoying for the
No,
first time ever.
He was great.
He
He was
was
like my
entertaining.
favorite character.
He was
Oh, wait.
hilarious.
Nope.
Oh, Reggie.
Reggie.
I mean, he's
fucking
gonna
knew
cook the.
it.
He's
I
cooking
fucking
the
knew it.
chicken. He's cooking the chicken at the barbecue. If he comes to my barbecue, I'm gonna let him cook the chicken.
Oh my
I'm telling you this.
God.
Oh my
I
gosh.
If you have not seen it and you are a fan of
If
Bad
you're
Boys,
a fan of the Bad Boys movies, this is probably
it might be the best Bad Boys movie.
it's great.
Like I had very low expectations.
So it was weird because we were like 3 came out and it took like 10 years or 15 years from the sequel to
I don't
3.
even remember 3.
I don't either.
Like barely.
No.
It was just kind of meh. It was like, oh, okay, it's all right. And then
Yeah.
2 was
2
great.
is of course one of our favorites.
2's great. 1 is great.
Yeah.
But 4 or
This was-
Ride or Die is like
This was fantastic.
blows it out of the water.
Will Smith actually acting. What?
You still need to see Bad Boys 3. Well, you do need to see Bad Boys 3 to see. You have to see all of them before seeing this one. They all do connect.
Well, yeah, of course they do. Yeah, they all run pretty well
Especially 3.
3 and 4 are like 2
I will
years
say
apart.
that
It's
I will say
crazy.
that this movie is tiny bit confusing because there's not really that many. There's not really a recap. You kind of have to remember what happened in 3 to know certain characters.
Yeah, I had to know that.
I had to try to remember because they do flashbacks, but you're like, oh yeah, that's right, that happened. If you haven't seen the movie in 10 fucking years, you're gonna be like, oh shit,
3
that's
okay.
right.
I gotta look up when 3 came
So,
out.
but anyways, I would definitely to enjoy the movie even more. Just watch 1, 2, and 3, then go see Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Bad Boys.
You know why? No Michael Bay. Who directed this?
So what? Oh, it was someone else.
Oh.
Bad Boys for Life.
Which was 3?
Yeah, came out in 2020.
Oh, it was 4 years. Man, it feels like it's been
It's
way
only
more
a
than that.
4-year separation. No, I don't know these guys. I don't know who these guys are. But why is it getting less? It got 6.7. Oh, it's 6.5 on there. What did 2
Who-
have?
What did this one get?
Rotten Tomatoes wise.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Oh, we didn't do the read the score for Deadpool and Wolverine either.
Oh no, we didn't. I
Yeah.
should actually do that. But we're talking about Bad Boys first. Let's do that one first. Bad
I
Boys,
don't
Ride or
think
Die.
he did 3 or 4. He might have done 3.
Okay, so this will tell you something, guys. Critics give Bad Boys Ride or Die a 65%.
Bullshit.
Fans a 97.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That tells you right there.
Yeah.
Yes. 90s. I give it a 97.
I give it
I'll agree with that one.
I said 8.5 is my rating.
Yeah.
As a safe
But
rating.
if I were to compare it to the other Bad Boys, it's a 97. Yes.
Let's see what Bad Boys 2 is getting rated on Rotten Tomatoes. 24% critics, 78% fans. So Bad Boys 4 is rated higher than 2 on Rotten Tomatoes. How crazy is that?
That's ridiculous. This one is super quotable.
Oh, yeah.
It's like every scene there is something that you are like I was never like I liked Martin Lawrence in all of these films, but like I love him. I love him
He's
in this
good
film.
in this one.
I love him in this film.
Okay.
It
okay.
is amazing. It is he is hilarious.
So just so you know,
I want to watch it again.
Bad Boys 3 got a 96% by fans.
I guess we'll have to watch
We'll
it
have
again.
to-
I
maybe-
don't remember. Maybe
I don't
it was
remember
2020. We were in a bad mood.
1 and 2 are not above a 70% on Rotten
Excuse
Tomatoes
me while
for
I-
fans.
Fix the girls here. Oh,
You do you, boo.
ooh, there we go.
So I'm gonna rank them 4, 2, 1, 3.
I agree.
I had 2 above,
Yeah.
but with this conversation with you, it's convinced me to put 4 above it because I did enjoy 4 a lot. It was enjoyable, very good.
I gotta say, like, without spoilers, I just gotta tell you that out of every character in Bad Boys Ride or Die, Reggie.
He is legit.
Reggie, I've always loved him. I don't care if he wasn't in every movie. I don't think he was in every movie.
He was in
but
3.
like,
He was
I'm
debuted
telling
in
you
2.
guys,
He was in 2. He debuted in 2.
yes, he did.
So that was.
And if
that
you
was
don't
his
know
debut.
who Reggie is, he's in 2,
Yeah.
and it's one of my favorite scenes in 2.
Where he's trying to pick up Vanessa, is that her name?
I think that's
It's his
it's
daughter.
Martin Lawrence's daughter.
Yeah.
And
yeah, trying to go
Reggie's
on a
like the
date.
boyfriend trying to pick up, and Martin Lawrence and Will Smith are acting all like
drunk and everything.
and high and bad and waving their gun around trying to scare. And Reggie's just doing this,
He's like
trying to
get
avoid the
out of
gun.
So fun. But 4 is good.
You look 20. How old are you? 15?
16,
16?
15? I don't remember how old he was. in
Oh, you
2.
look 20 or 30. Or is it 30? I think it's 30.
So let's move on to playing. you and I tried out WWE 2K24 because before before SummerSlam, we went. You streamed.
Oh, real quick.
What?
You didn't do the.
What? I'm always getting derailed by you every show.
I'm sorry, but we didn't do it.
You really need me to look up Deadpool Wolverine.
I need to know. I need to know what critics give it.
78.
Fuck that.
Fans?
100.
96.
I'm actually disappointed in the 96. I thought it would be 100.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I will tell you the memes, because we can't spoil anything, but the memes for this movie.
Oh, Patrick, he said, ever made love to a man? No. Want to?
Want to? Oh my god. I need to watch Bad Boys 2 after this.
4 is probably a rewatch for me higher than 2.
Just definitely. I want to go back and see both these movies. Like, it's been a while since I've gotten that, oh my god, this movie's so good, I need to go rewatch it.
So
there is not a boring moment in either movie.
So we went to the drive-in, and both movies were fantastic.
Fantastic.
So left the drive-in about 2:30.
And full of energy. And wanted to go back and watch them again.
So we got on TikTok, and they already had like spoilers and stuff. Anyways, moving on from there. Back to playing, because we're done with watching. Those are the two main things that we saw. Too many things to talk about. As far as playing goes, we played WWE 2K24 because it was free over the weekend before we went and saw attended SummerSlam. Gotta say that game is getting like a 6 out of 10 for me, maybe a 5 point. The only reason it gets a high enough level is because there's enough creative custom creation that you can download other characters and you can play against other people, but the servers are trash, man. Like, I know you're mad about it. Like, we get into the middle of a match, and then they'd be like, "Oh, you're disconnected," so we just lose all of our like ambition to play. So we'd try to end matches fast, and you had this amazing, awesome finish where you pinned Patrick in the cage, and I was like up trying to get out, and then I dove on you right at the last second, but you got the pin.
Our characters, though.
Yeah. Well, you had to create a character as a girl, and I just found characters online.
Okay, yours was scary.
I'm sorry. Which one was I?
Squidward.
Oh, the sexy handsome Squidward. Sorry, handsome Squidward. Yes.
I don't think there's a such thing.
Oh well, if you see the meme of handsome Squidward,
I'm sorry, it will never be.
You have.
I know, but he will never be handsome. Sorry.
Not
Patrick
much else.
Did a good job on his character.
Not much else playing and watching to talk about. We played Dead by Daylight as well. 2v8 mode was a bust. We never got to touch it, so it is what it is.
It's on until next Thursday, right?
Yeah, but you have to have.
We can try. We can try.
It's not private. The
Okay.
killers are also over. Well, actually, we need to play Texas Chainsaw this weekend because that's leaving this weekend.
Really?
Leaving Game Pass.
Aw.
You want to play that? Get a group of 7.
Maybe.
We can definitely get that
Maybe.
with enough notice.
My God, I have so many blisters that popped on the
Well,
bottom.
we walked like so
Look,
far
1, 2, 3, just on this foot.
from the parking garage
I know.
to SummerSlam and back. So we got to talk about our movie club movie. I'm losing my voice.
I
This
just
is great.
realized that.
What? Your flies down? Hey, Alex. Barn door. Letting the cows out. So this movie club movie that was my choice was also in recommendation of like more just got to see more horror movies, and we have not seen Dawn of the Dead from 2004. And this movie was something else. I gotta say, the writing was not very good off the bat. I'm gonna say that before I get into the introduction of this movie. They could have done so much better. The acting was pretty subpar at some points. But let's get into this. This was my choice, guys. All right, so here's the synopsis. Anna goes home to her peaceful suburban residence, but she is unpleasantly surprised the morning that follows when her husband is brutally attacked by her zombified neighbor. In the chaos of her once picturesque neighborhood, Anna flees and stumbles upon a police officer named Kenneth, along with more survivors who decide that their best chances of survival would be found in the deserted Crossroads shopping mall. When supplies begin running low and other trapped survivors need help, the group comes to the realization that they cannot stay put forever at the shopping mall and devise a plan to escape. Starring Sarah Polley, Ving Rhames, and Mekhi Phifer. Critics give this a 76%.
Oh my god. Really?
Fans give it a 77. The budget on this movie is $26 million, and the box office made $102.3 million. I gotta say, at the time it probably came out, this movie was probably good. This movie probably had good everything, good whatever. I mean, the only good part of this movie was the last 20 minutes. For me, it was like that was the only, and the beginning, of course, the first
Beginning was pretty decent,
pretty good
but
setup.
but also pretty typical. But yeah,
To the credits, that's where it was great.
Yeah,
It's to the credits. But I think the problem is we've seen too many parodies.
we've seen too many movies in between that movie and this movie,
and we've played too many video games.
And too many video games. Probably a lot of them inspired or have gone off of this movie.
Because the shopping mall setting was taken in Left 4 Dead 2.
I mean, honestly, babe, 90% of this movie, I feel like, was if we were to take Left 4 Dead 2, and this movie has never been out before, and we made Left 4 Dead 2 first, and then this movie came out and had, like, quote unquote said, we don't know what you're talking about. This movie would have been a ripoff of Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, 2 came out in what, 2010 or 9?
9 or 10, yeah.
Yeah, and the first one came out like 2 years before that.
There's so many things that they do in scenes and places and way too many references to Left 4 Dead 2 that it's like, holy shit. But I mean, who knows? Left 4 Dead 2 was probably inspired by this movie.
Dawn of the Dead and Dead Rising were roughly around the same time, but the first Dawn of the Dead came out in the 80s, I believe. So, like,
correct us if we're wrong there, Brian and Patrick.
Please do. Dawn of the Dead.
Or
1978.
Okay. Oh.
So I wasn't too far off. I'm glad I did a little bit of research. So, like, you can take whatever from that and put it in this, like, or from that and put it in like today's standards. Like,
that's honestly the only way I had
that
fun.
Cheesy line.
I know that's the only way I had fun with this movie was when I realized all of the references with like that I could see that was Left 4 Dead.
Like Ving Rhames was Coach.
Yeah, that was one. I was waiting when they were down in like the basement parking lot area where they found the dog. I was waiting to hear the witch. Like, because there's a place that you go that's just like that in Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
And in that dark corner area, you hear.
So they need to make a Left 4 Dead show. They need to make, if they were to ever do Dawn of the Dead as a series, they could do it right. This movie was too fast-tracked. There's too much going on in between. Personally, I think the writing, it's fine. It could be better as far as the dialogue goes, but as far as the storyline, I wound up liking CJ at the end. Very surprised, because I immediately hated him the second I saw him on camera. But towards the end, by the time I didn't want him to die. I actually liked him. He started reestablishing
I really
himself.
didn't like him at first.
Yeah, he really did it. They did a good job making him as like an asshole, and then reprising himself. Like, he did really well being that role or whatever. So I like CJ.
At least I know that, when the zombie apocalypse comes, they're not going to touch my animals.
Yeah.
They don't want anything to do with the animals. They just want to murder humans and eat humans. So at least we can just be a good meal for our animals.
What was the name of the guy's name that was on the rooftop?
Hold on. Andy.
I feel so bad.
That's almost like the guy that you deliver the Coke to in Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of reference.
Not the Coke, but the Coca-Cola.
Yeah, a lot of reference for all that. So I gotta say, all around, like, there's plenty of stuff to be had that's good.
Oh, I did not know that.
But what's that?
Brian said, this was Zack Snyder's big debut.
I had that in my facts.
Oh, okay.
This is his debut.
But if you know nothing of Night of the Living Dead series, you'd probably grab to media.
Yeah, because this is basically one that was very, very highly it was pop culture. It was way out
okay.
there. This one and Land of the Dead, which came after, which I don't think did as good. But we've
my God,
seen
Patrick.
I've seen some of the Dead movies. I think I saw House of the Dead. Now I've seen this one, and I've seen Night of the
Oh, yeah,
What?
I agree.
what
Basically,
conversation in chat.
basically, Brian said if you dislike this, you'd hate the OG. It's super slow.
Yeah, I know
So,
it is. Well, because a lot of people did not like.
I
that
like the
Zack
fast-
Snyder brought in the fast zombies.
oh, I like fast zombies. I think they're more scary than the slow zombies.
I agree.
It's more of a rush.
Like Walking Dead was all slow zombies. That's all it was. Just mundane fighting. It is
Yeah.
what it is. When they're infected, like 28 days later, in this movie, that's when
28
things
Days
go
Later
wrong.
came out before this.
I think you're right.
I'm almost positive it did. Because this came out, you said no 4?
Yeah, you're right.
I think
28
this
Days Later
is
came out in
2 or
2002.
3. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm?
you're right, because that was one of the movies I introduced you to. That was like, I shouldn't have been watching that when I was that age. I was like 15 when I saw that movie. 28 Days Later it's a classic. It's like a classic, one of those like movies that it's almost, I don't know. It feels like it runs a little slow at times, but I think it's a good movie.
Calm
Anyways.
down, boys.
What's that? Are they fighting over something now? It's all right. So,
Oh
what
my
did
God.
you think of this movie?
I mean, I
All
didn't
in
think it
all.
was given when it was made,
04.
and I mean, all right. Let's say I've never played Left 4 Dead before. Let's just say that I've never played a zombie game before.
Okay.
I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much. I looked at it as a video game movie
Yeah.
instead of
Well,
just a zombie
unfortunately,
movie.
that's how House of the Dead was. It
Never
was
seen
actually. Oh my God! So let me just give you a quick.
well, they're talking about House of the Dead and chat.
Oh, they are? Okay. So there's a portion of the movie where when they're shooting the zombies, it flickers to the SNES or Sega Genesis game
Why?
because they thought it would be cool. It's awful. It's awful. I got to say, I saw that when okay. So I saw House of the Dead. I remember when it came out or whatever. It was like I just saw it for rent at our local corner store, and I just was like, "This looks scary as f." I was really into horror movies at the time too.
Yeah.
It was when you and I were dating, so I watched it. This movie was trash. What are they defending it?
Dating.
What?
Dating.
Oh, babe. So I gotta say, like, they cut the budget for Dawn of the Dead because House of the Dead was so bad. That's one of the facts that I have written down. So it only had a $26 million budget. And you know what? It shows because Alex turned to me and she said, "Was this recorded on a potato?" I was like, "Yeah, well, they didn't upres it."
Guys, we did actually watch this on the Xbox on a DVD. And I was like, oh my God, when's the last time we watched a DVD?
You guys are quoting House of the Dead. I don't remember any quotes from it. I only remember the Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis flashes. I know it was an 8 to 16-bit graphics, or 16-bit at least, or 32. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, let's move on. So
I thought it was okay.
me too.
It wasn't like the worst. It was a zombie
But
movie.
you can tell the budget. You can tell.
I think they did a good job, like making the zombies.
Oh yeah, the effects of the zombies
the effects
were
were
fine.
really good. I
Like
thought the
that's
effects were
never
good.
been. That was
The
never an
effects
issue.
on the people were bad.
You were complaining about the blood immediately.
Well, just because I'm super into special
You're
effects
like, that's
makeup.
dry. That shouldn't be dry
Like,
yet.
Like I'm really into super effects, super effects, special effects makeup, and I've done enough of it now to like know how to make it pretty damn realistic and get a compliment from a professional cosplayer that said, "This is Hollywood style. You did a great job."
So I just read one of the comments,
And they did a shit ass job on the people.
From Sola64 on YouTube, which if you guys do want to watch us live, please subscribe to the PTO Unlimited podcast on YouTube. He commented about seeing somebody's topless. That must be a trend in this because for no apparent reason, there's topless women in this movie.
You got to keep everybody interested in a horror movie.
Oh yeah, I was about to turn off the Xbox when the movie was over, and there's this topless chick on the boat.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just see what happens here.
See? They're like, oh, nope, you got to stay for the whole movie because we flashed you a tit.
Well, the thing is, they did set it up to where they, I'm going to guess, went to the island where House of the Dead takes place. Is that true, chat? Because that's where House of the Dead takes place, is an island.
Maybe it's Dead Island.
Well, no, I'm serious. I'm going to guess that's the island they went to. That's the dock.
Oh, Patrick
No?
said nope.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I was.
Thanks, Patrick.
I was
No.
hoping. I was hoping that was the tie-in, and that'd be the
I was-
only redeeming factor for that ending.
I was hoping. House of the Dead has nothing to do with Dawn of the Dead. Gotcha.
Okay. Well,
Thank you for clearing that.
they
up.
are all part of the Dead franchise, so I just figured. So.
They're Dead franchise.
All right. What's your rating?
5.
I gave it a 6.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to some.
I could go a while without watching it. It's fine.
I have a couple of facts written down here. I didn't go too deep into the facts on this guy, so no worries. It's not going to go too.
Patrick, stop.
He probably hates our rating.
Patrick and Brian, what do you rate this movie? I want to know.
All right. So when Ving Rhames heard of the remake of this Dawn of the Dead was in production, he tracked down the producers to be in the film. So the thing is, although he was trying to track down, the role was already kind of written for him or whatever. Like they already kind of figured Ving Rhames is going to want to be in this. For the scene where Anna stitches Kenneth's wounds, the director hired a real nurse for the close-ups. She misunderstood the director's directions to go deeper and inadvertently punctured Ving Rhames' skin and stitched the prosthetics to his arm. He didn't say anything until after the scene was done filming, and the director thought the blood was merely a really good effect. So Ving Rhames was really bleeding in that scene. The 2 zombies with missing limbs, the jogger missing an arm, and the legless zombie in the garage.
Oh, the Lieutenant Dan?
Yeah, they were actual amputees.
I knew it.
That's why I went back.
I knew it. I freaking knew it.
Yep.
I was like, wow, they did a good job chopping that guy's arm off. Well, they actually
actually
did not
did.
do that. He didn't have an arm. They just decorated his no arm.
Yep. Although he had strong reservations about some of the elements, George A. Romero professed to be surprisingly impressed with this film. Director Zack Snyder personally chose most of the music used in the film. He chose The Man Comes Around by Johnny Cash and Down with the Sickness.
I loved it.
He was the only person who thought these songs should be in the film, as most of the producers were against it. Actually did not mind it. Down with the Sickness at the end only was good because of the camera cuts. Like that kind of made that ending really well. And then the Man Comes Around was a good opener. A lot of the actors playing zombies were carrying remotes in their hand to discharge a blood cannon placed on their back.
For when they got shot?
This would activate an explosion behind them, make it look like they got shot. Yep, to simulate the gunshot.
That's cool.
That's how the $26 million
blood packets.
budget. Their budget is so low that they didn't even do crazy effects. They did basic effects, which sold it really
works.
well. CJ's elevator line, I like this song, was improvised, and they were never actually playing music in the elevator.
Really?
Yeah, so he just improvised that, and so they had to put music in there. So I thought that was a good touch. Different colors of blood were used for zombies in different stages of decomposition. Red for recently dead, browner for ones that have been dead for a few weeks, and black oily ones for ones that have been dead for a considerable period of time. Some of the camera crew would wear plastic sheeting during their filming for some of the gorier scenes during during their takes because of the blood flying around. So that's why I was a little skeptical about watching this movie. I was like, this is going to be bloody, isn't it?
Well,
It
that's why I said,
wasn't
like, with
that
it being a
bad.
zombie movie, though, I'm like, it's zombie stuff. Like, I know it's fake. The stuff that gets me is, like, Saw or Hostel or, you know, things that are, like, more realistic,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
And more realistic I don't know. Movies that get it right kind of thing, and seeing surgery and being in surgery and being inside,
Yeah.
like feeling body parts and stuff. Like before I worked in vet med, I could watch whatever. It didn't bother me. I just didn't like the horror,
Why
or the
is that?
scary stuff. I don't.
Why-
I just because I didn't know about the human body. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know about pain responses and the way that your body's made up and whatnot. And
Yeah.
then years of being in the medical field, you can relate and go, oh shit, that like you can start painting basically real nightmares.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like I can't separate real life from fake at that
Okay.
point, being like seeing so many real things.
Oh.
And it's like, I don't know, it just got to me. And when I realized that about 5 or 6 years into my career when we were watching Saw again. And I was like, oh my God, I used to like, I can watch up until 2, but after 2, I want to go and throw
Gore
up.
factor goes way up.
Well, it goes way up, and we wanted that as teenagers.
We
We're
really
like,
did.
oh my God, more gore, more gore.
More.
And now it's like, I can't do it. I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. Like
One day we'll go through
It's
the
too
franchise
real.
again when we have the time. This movie was shot in chronological order, which is not done by most practices in film. Most of the time, they shoot the last death first. What's up? Got a comment on YouTube.
I mean, we've got plenty, but Patrick said, how much did you laugh at the fat chick running after she died? I mean, I thought it was funny.
It's too comedic.
That's what I mean, though. Is like, if you take it as a cheesy, like not serious zombie film, I can score it a bit higher. But if you take it as like, this is like a serious zombie film, I score it lower, because I just don't think the acting is up there. Special effects and everything, for the most part, pretty good. Storyline, pretty decent, but also pretty typical. Again, Patrick, it's like me watching the original Halloween in 2020 is the first time I watched it, maybe 21 is the first time I watched it, and it came out in the 70s. I've seen so many movies between birth until now. I am desensitized. That's why I can't, like, I can't relate to a movie like you think is so incredibly amazing. Like, I get it, I appreciate it, and seeing like the Halloween, the 2020 Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess it was in 2020 because that's why we ended up watching it. I appreciate the older movies because of it. Now, Dawn of the Dead, I've seen way too many zombie movies, and I've played way too many zombie games. I can't like go, this is peak. I can't. I also have never seen the original, and I probably won't.
Now we can't.
So,
now we probably
like,
can't.
I just, everybody has their own opinion. I'm not giving it a 0. So
Right.
You guys can crawl out of my ass a little bit.
So, by the end of production, there were 3,000 makeup effects that had been created for zombies. 3,000. So, Zack Snyder said that the reason his zombies ran at full speed is because he wanted to avoid the inherent comic impression given by slow shuffling undead. The same technique was used to show in The Infected in 28 Days Later, which was a direct inspiration for this film. Writer James Gunn claims he received a massive amount of backlash when he was assigned to the film. Most of the hate messages claimed the hack who wrote Scooby-Doo movies shouldn't be in charge of Dawn of the Dead. So James Gunn, yes, he did write the Scooby-Doo movies, the live action ones.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's like this. Now he's in charge of DC, guys. So, don't talk crap about James Gunn. This is the first movie to broadcast the first 10 minutes uncut to network TV 5 days before its nationwide release. It showed on USA Network in the States and Channel 4 in the UK, with a special introduction by one of the film critics that was famous at the time. Zack Snyder's feature directorial debut is one of the things that was said in chat. According to Zack Snyder, Starbucks coffee refused to be featured in the film. I don't know why that's important.
Okay.
I guess a lot of consumerism is a big deal, so they just started they used a different coffee place.
Aquafina's in it.
Oh yeah, I guess it is. And there's a lot of store titles that you look around in the
Yeah.
mall. Yeah, they're there. What else we got? The production had a blood cart on set all day due to the excessive amounts of fake blood being used.
Hence why at one point the main character looked dry on her shoulders, and then afterwards she looked wet on her shoulders. Then she looked dry, and then you
Blood
could tell that they
oozy.
kept like
It's not watery.
they kept like it wasn't from her wounds; it was just from being splashed on. And I'm like, why is it all dry now? Why is it all wet now? Why is it all dry now? Like,
they got all of their
latex.
They got most of their zombie makeup was modeled after gruesome forensic and death photos from crime scenes is where they got their information from. As many
like
as
I said, the special effects are pretty good.
As many as 50 makeup artists would be working on transforming actors into zombies for the days that required crowd scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we already rated this movie. Make sure you guys, if you are zombie fans, this is definitely worth watching if you're a zombie fan. But see this movie before you watch most other ones like World War Z. Or, 28 Days Later could probably blow this one out of the water a little bit as far as fear factor goes. I can't really think of another zombie
movies don't really scare me.
Hmm.
I think zombie movies are more fun than scary.
Okay, that's fair.
I think because you know how the guys, Patrick and Brian, and then you got Crystal, like our little horror group here.
Yeah.
Like they said when you ask like what's your favorite scary movie, like, or what's your favorite horror movie, like there's so many different types of things. Like to me, a zombie movies are like their own thing.
They're hardly horror.
But there is like zombie comedy, like
oh my gosh,
Shaun of the Dead, and I was also thinking Zombieland.
Zombieland has some good stuff too.
Like I really enjoy Zombieland.
There's one. Is it Fido? I think it's called Fido, where like the zombie is like a pet. Like it's a guy, but he's being like it's like the end of Shaun of the Dead, but only an entire movie.
Like I like zombie movies, but it's like they're more of like a fun thing to watch.
World War Z had a good serious take on it. I think that was a good one.
But it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
So, anyways, we're gonna move on from there, guys. We do need to get to our fan question, and then we got.
Oh, I need to pick my movie.
Oh yeah, what is it?
A Quiet Place Day One.
A Quiet Place Day One.
I think it's called Day One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna write that down real quick in my notes. So I'm excited to see that one.
Return of the Living Dead is the tits.
Quiet Place Day One. Let's look at the synopsis of this one.
We like the other two, so I've heard good things about this one.
It is not written or directed by John Krasinski.
I know.
So let's just go with that one first. Plot summary. After the events and revelations of A Quiet Place 1 and 2, it's time to go back to day 1. Following Sam as she's on a group trip in New York City, everything is going fine until the invasion that sends the world into silence begins. Can the city stay quiet, and can Sam and Eric, an unlikely new friend, make it somewhere else? But no matter what happens, don't make a sound, and you just might find it out what happens in A Quiet Place Day 1. So
I always wondered what happened on day 1.
And we kind of saw it in 2 when they were doing the baseball scene.
Yeah.
That was a really, really fantastic ride. Like just the way they had the bus and they were driving through Main Street and everything. It was really well done. So A Quiet Place, John Krasinski, I think, created this universe from scratch. I don't know if he got like an inspiration of something or if it's like a whatever it is. I love it. I love the universe. The first movie is so twisty turny, like, oh, you cannot. Then you start thinking about the plot holes that people start telling you about that they have issues with, but whatever. Moving on from there. So yes, A Quiet Place Day 1 will be our next movie. We do need to talk about the fan question now. Now this one, well, I don't know. Oh, we made this one up
last night. Actually.
Was it last night or 2 nights ago?
It was
2 nights
last
ago.
night. No, last night because it was on your stream.
Oh, okay. Because we were talking about a song that just came out.
Yes.
So this meme, very funny, by the way, original meme by me, has been going around by The Boys. Like, if you're ever a fan of The Boys, the latest season has this meme come out where Homelander's looking disgustedly at Firecracker. It's just a really interesting moment of the
It's a funny scene.
Yeah. So, what song remake do you think might be better than the original? There are so many remakes out there. I didn't know.
Keep in mind, we didn't say what song remake do you think is better. We said what song remake do you think might be better.
You don't have to stand on any hill.
Opinionated. Your opinion does not mean
doesn't mean this is
that it is. This is better.
You can throw out song facts. You can throw out record sales.
Everybody
you can throw
has
out
their
artists
own
touring.
likes.
You can throw
Music
out any
has
facts you want.
such a big scale for people, so
It's subjective.
I'm very interested to see what people say.
So I'm gonna start off with a story because one of my first remake songs. I have a few that I'm going to list. I have like 4 that I'm going to talk about or just say. But the one that was a shocker to me, and you remember this time. It's about 2010, I think. I might have my date wrong, but if I do, I do. The song "Rolling in the Deep" came out from Adele.
Aw, you took one of mine.
And we were watching by Adele. Yes. We were watching some kind of live performance from Linkin Park, and Chester Bennington sang "Rolling in the Deep" acoustic. No backtrack, no music with it, no acoustic guitar, no piano, no drums, nothing, no metronome. He did the entire song acoustically, just him singing. And that made me want to actually listen to Adele's version. So I actually did not, at this point, when the song came out, when Rolling in the Deep came out, I never listened to it. But then I heard Linkin Park's version, and it made me appreciate Adele's version. Because I know that Linkin Park, they never published this song. It was never their own actual single or anything. But it was something that actually, it woke me up to the original. So that's kind of an interesting story on that one, because I didn't listen to...
That was on my list.
I know it was, but
it's one of those, like, you hear it. I remember hearing it for the first time and going like, "Oh."
You might have heard the original because you were listening to the radio at the time at work.
Yeah.
So you might have heard "Rolling in the Deep" already.
I
didn't, because I avoided it. I don't know. I just didn't see a lot of pop music as like, I wasn't into that, at the time. So that's one of mine. Do you have a big one? I just want me to list a couple of mine first.
A lot of mine are newer.
Yeah.
One is I very much as I absolutely love the original. It is a very overplayed song though, still after all these years. But I very, very much enjoy Falling in Reverse's rendition of Last Resort by Papa Roach.
They did a really good job.
It's a melodic, powerful song that shows Ronnie Radke's vocal abilities to a T, and it is just an amazing song.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I enjoyed it. I remember when we saw the music video for it.
Music video is also extremely good.
Yeah. I agree. One of mine is Zombie by Bad Wolves.
Oh, that's a good
one. They
one.
were actually going to remake this song with the original singer, and she was going to duet them. But
right?
What?
Cranberries?
Yeah, the Cranberries.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she died.
She died when they were just about to go to the studio.
Yep.
It was maybe a couple of weeks before or something. The singer passed away. She was going to duet Bad Wolves. And you can't imagine how good that song might have even been then if she would have duetted it. But he did a good job, the singer. He's no longer part of Bad Wolves anymore. So unfortunately, that kind of just...
No, we got to see it live, though.
We did. We did get to see it live. It was really good. I got 2 more. One of them is Sound of Silence
It's on
from
my list.
Disturbed. Of course, you
That
and I are
is-
gonna have that
Yeah,
one.
that's definitely up in like my top 3.
We had that on repeat forever.
It's still
Still is.
still
on
gives me
there.
goosebumps.
I don't skip it if it plays. It's still a good song.
Yeah,
He
he did an amazing, especially like I love it when rock singers that are usually like rah, 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 and then they sing,
Yeah.
like sing, not just like screaming and yelling, but like when they sing melodic stuff, like they have an amazing voice. Most of them have this beautiful voice hidden under all the screaming, which I'm not trying to downgrade the screaming. Trust me, I love the screaming.
Yeah.
But when they come out and they just sing this beautiful song all slow and powerful, it's like, holy shit.
The last one I got is Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal. Which that one made Alien Ant Farm, basically. And
I like that one better.
A lot of people do like that one more than Michael Jackson. Yeah. So those are mine.
The other Michael Jackson song that was remade that is on my list is by Fall Out Boy.
Oh yeah, Beat It.
Beat It. I think, like, I like Michael Jackson. I like his music. There's definitely like a lot of the artists that I listen to now were inspired by him.
Yes.
But I will say that I think that Beat It by Fall Out Boy, their version is better. The other one that I had on there was there's a couple more. I didn't write them down, but I have them. One recently that is stuck in my head is by a newer artist, new-ish, more popular now artist called Jairus Johnson. He recently released his version of Kiss from a Rose by Seal. And I think he did an outstanding job. I cannot get it out of my head. He did an outstanding job. And I like Kiss from a Rose is like a nostalgic song for me because it was on the soundtrack to Batman Forever, which I know I'm going to get heat for, but my favorite Batman.
Batman
But
Forever?
I was really young when it came out and I thought it was perfect. So I'm just saying, like, but at the end of that Batman was, if you watch the VHS, was the music video and then that song.
I think Batman Forever is one of the only Batman movies that we have put on more than multiple times, and we don't have to go to other Batman movies or whatever to continue on. We put on Batman Forever a number of times. Like, we almost do it annually. It's because we like Jim Carrey, we like Tommy Lee Jones. The writing is cheesy. Val Kilmer as Batman was not bad. We enjoyed it. Chris O'Donnell being Robin, is good.
Avenged Sevenfold and Walk.
I guess so.
That was on my list. I just remembered that one.
Yeah. I'm indifferent to that one. Personally. Yeah. Oh, Korn did Lowrider.
Korn also did Another Brick in the Wall.
And Word Up.
But I think that the originals to those songs, in my opinion, are better.
What? Word Up?
Yeah.
No.
I
Get out of here.
Yeah, I do. I think the original is better. I appreciate what they did, but I don't think it was Korn's. It just didn't fit Korn for me.
Word Up was kind of a surprising hit for me. I actually enjoyed Word Up. But that's a take right there. That is a take. I get why.
Oh,
though.
That was the other one. One that I will say 110%. I love both bands. And I even love the original band more than this band. But I want to say the song's called Far Away by The Offspring. That's the original version.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Far Away by Five Finger Death Punch tenfold.
Yeah, that's
and it came out right after Chester died. It came out in, I believe, 2017.
Probably.
And it was I don't want to say perfect timing, but
the timing was
timing was right, and that song is just what I think about him every time I hear that song, and I think it was, I don't know, I just think it was a great song.
Twisted Transistor is a cover?
It is? Yeah.
What?
Some older. I pulled up.
My mind's blown because I don't know the original.
I pulled up a top 40 rock covers of all time. I did not know.
I don't need you to list off every.
No, not all of them, but I went through some of the ones that I agree with. One is "Live and Let Die" by Guns N' Roses. I didn't realize it wasn't an original, but that's me because I'm younger. I'm not from that generation. That's like my dad. But the original artist is called Wings, but "Live and Let Die" by Guns N' Roses. I've never heard the original, but I will say like I absolutely love that song.
I think that's false about Twisted Transistor being.
Oh, I will say this. I'm not a fan of Marilyn Manson. I know that there's a lot of people I'm friends with that love Marilyn Manson. I'm just not. I've seen him in concert. There's a couple songs I like, but I'm just not a huge fan. But I will say Sweet Dreams remake that he did. I like that version quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't know if Twisted Transistor was a remake. Huh. Anyway, I'm not gonna go deep diving on that one. I'm not seeing that. That would blow my mind if so. But I know Korn's done a few remakes already, so they're already on the list of doing so many. Okay, no more, Alex. You're done. We gotta go through the fan answers.
Okay.
Because you're just gonna wind up listing 100 other songs.
Okay. All right.
Already
Go
on
ahead.
our list.
Go ahead.
All right, so we got Discord, which we appreciate those who have joined our Discord chat and those who have left their messages. You're going to get your shout-outs. I've got one from Dragonfly Rain. Follow her on all the social media platforms and Twitch, twitch.tv/Dragonfly Rain. Going to give her a shout-out. Puddle of Mud's version of Gimme Shelter to me is so much better than the Rolling Stones version. Did not know that Gimme Shelter was a remake. You know, then again, my music depth is pretty shallow. I know some stuff, but I don't know that some stuff is going to be a remake versus it being an original for some things. It is what it is. Got one from Arrow. He says, Any Given Day Diamonds was a way better version than Rihanna's Diamonds. Did not know that Diamonds was remade. Any Given Day. Gonna have to check that out. Sassy Princess on Discord said, Billy Dean's There's Only You and Me, and we just disagree. Reba's The Nights the Lights Went Out in Georgia, Reba's Fancy, and Tesla's Signs. Those are all remakes. So I'm not familiar with those personally, but, you know, it is what it is. What do you got on social media?
Well, I have a text from my dad's mom, my grandma.
Okay.
I was not aware. I think after I've read it a few times, I think I was told once or twice, but I forgot. But I very much agree with this because I'm not a fan of the other artists too much. My grandma said, I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, originally sung by Dolly Parton.
Yes.
I'm not a huge fan of Dolly Parton. I mean, I know she's a good singer, but like,
she's really big in country.
Yeah, I was never huge in country, so. But
neither. I
will tell you that yes, Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. Oh, that's out of the water right there. Go to your family's chat.
Well, I got Facebook real quick.
Okay, you got Facebook up.
Yeah, your mother commented on our status.
She
said,
did?
Sometimes people don't know the popular version is a remake. Sounds of Silence is definitely at the top of the list, though.
Oh, my mom loves
Disturbed.
She loves Disturbed's version.
Yeah?
Yes, a lot.
From my family, I think it was just my nephew. Yeah, he said Bad Company by Five Finger Death Punch. So they have a couple.
I do like that.
Gone Away by Five Finger Death Punch.
Yep.
That's what it's called.
Gone Away, not Far Away. Gone Away.
Yep. So that's the responses.
Instagram, we've got Patrick.
Shout out Sola64. Follow on Twitch.
Lacuna Coil. Enjoy the Sunland. Originally by Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode version rules, but I love Lacuna Coil's version. Well, I like Lacuna Coil.
What was that song we would play on Rock Band?
God, I don't remember the name. Pearl Jam's cover of Last Kiss, originally by J. Frank Wilson and the Cavaliers.
Who said that?
Patrick.
Oh, he still got a few.
Also Orgy? Orgy's cover of Blue Monday, originally
Orgy?
by New Order. Johnny Cash cover of Hurt, originally by Nine Inch Nails. Ooh. Bowling for Soup cover of Hit Me Baby One More Time, originally by Britney Spears. I don't know if I've heard that one.
Huh. Didn't know that was a remake.
Wait, didn't Bowling for Soup do a remake? And we like that one more. Not Stacy's Mom, but we just found out that it's a Bowling for Soup song, and we figured out that it was sung by somebody else. Originally, it was on a road trip. I'm not even thinking. It's not High School Never Ends. It's like the other one. 1985. That's the one. It's originally by somebody else.
What?
We looked it up.
Huh. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna fact check
I could
you.
have sworn because you pulled up the original, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird.
1985.
All right. While you're looking that up, I've got J Movie Talk podcast.
Oh no, Bowling for Soup is the original writer.
Oh well, then is it somebody that did a remake?
Somebody must have rewritten it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So J Movie Talk podcast. They say Whitney
Shout out to them.
Houston, "I Will Always Love You," originally by Dolly Parton. Aretha Franklin, "Respect." Otis Redding as I did not know that was a remake.
Which one?
Aretha Franklin, "Respect."
I didn't either.
I didn't know that was a remake.
That's why you got to know like what ones are actually remakes and what's aren't.
Gladys Knight and the Pips, "The Making of You," originally by Curtis Mayfield.
Linkin Park only did that one remake. I don't think they did anything else.
Oh, I'm sure they've done covers.
I mean, covers while they're
I really this is a hard 50-50 for me, but I really think I like From Ashes to News cover of Paramore.
Oh yeah,
From Twilight. What's it called?
It's not called Decode, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I really like From Ashes to News version better. Yeah, I do. I like From Ashes to News From Ashes to News better. Okay. We've got
Don't ever go see Paramore in concert. Yeah, she'll just rant.
Fickle Fanboy podcast. Pearl Jam's "Last Kiss."
Oh yeah, I heard that I think Patrick said that was a remake.
Jersey Comic Crew podcast.
Shout out to them.
Hard to Handle, the Black Crows.
The Black Crows. There's a song by them that I would always use to practice for all-state choir.
We've got Terrible Terror podcast.
Shout out to them. Follow them on Twitch.
Nirvana's cover of "The Man Who Sold the World," Red Hot Chili Peppers, Higher Ground, Jeff Buckley's "Hallelujah,"
Okay.
and Hymns' "Wicked Game" come to mind. And then he said, I forgot to add 2 songs. Devil Divers cover of "Sail."
Okay.
And Heart covering "Stairway to Heaven."
Interesting. Oh yeah, Stairway to Heaven's been covered by a few people though, I think.
I also
About to lose my voice.
I also had
Did a lot of yelling.
whoopsies.
What's up?
Sorry. I had some on my Facebook.
Okay.
All right. My dad
Shout out to them.
said, this is an older one, but Eric Clapton had a hit with Layla back in the 1970s.
Everyone thought that our dog
I
was
know
named
what
after
that.
after
I
that.
know what. I knew of that song before we named our dog Layla, and every time I would say,
Nah.
"What's her name?" Layla. They'd be like, "Layla."
Oh, the Eric Clapton song. No.
No.
The Korn song, actually. There's a song called
Or
Layla.
it was like Layla, she was a showgirl, except I think it was Lola or what, I don't remember. Okay. In the 90s, he remade an acoustic version, and it is very well done.
Okay.
Sarah on Facebook says, I love "Simple Man" by Shinedown.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good version.
That is a good version.
That's a very good version.
Yes.
I
that's
agree
very
with
good.
that one.
That's very good.
And truly any of the covers that Our Last Night have done, they do amazing covers. Beautiful Things is probably my favorite.
Okay. Right on. Appreciate all the comments, guys. If you guys also want to leave a voicemail, you can call us 224-225-5780 if you want to comment on anything that we have touched on the show, unless you already given it to us in chat. We appreciate y'all joining. That all you got?
I think so. I was just going through.
How many gold medals has the U.S. walked away with so far?
Probably all of them.
So congratulations to all of our Olympic gold medalists, silver medalists, bronze, all of our finalists, everyone who's worked hard over there and doing their athletic things when we're just sitting on our couches calling them amateurs.
All right. Would you like to know the
I
current
would love
count?
to know the numbers.
United States is in first place.
Oh, we're a melting pot. That's why, because we have so many
Yes.
different people coming together.
We're in first place with the most medals as well as the most gold. We have 20 currently. We have 27 gold medals.
Right on.
Second to us is China with 25.
Oh yeah.
And then we have the most medals count of 94. China is in second with 65.
Okay.
So currently we are winning the Olympics.
What's
in
our
Paris.
other medal levels? Silver.
Silver we currently have 35. China has
no.
23.
We don't have to list the rest of those. I just want to know our bronze. Too.
Oh, bronze is 32.
Okay. I've been seeing we watched that one. Was it rugby? Where
Yeah.
that one girl just beamed through the crowd, and then they went to the final score, and we got the bronze. That was an amazing match. I turned to you. I said, if you knew of rugby in high school, actually, I don't know if you could have done it in high school. You were too light.
Probably.
But you would definitely do rugby if you could. It's a good contact sport. I want to do a quick few announcements here that San Diego Comic-Con just had because we've been gone for a couple of weeks, so I just want to announce these and see how you feel about it. So Dr. Doom got announced at San Diego Comic-Con, and it is Robert Downey Jr. How do you feel about that?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
RDJ is a very good actor, and
I agree. He is a good actor.
Because I was a little confused because I'm not aware of Doctor Doom. I know who he is, but I never really.
We watched the Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, but I never. I mean, that was teenager. I'm not really aware of the lore. So when it was announced that he's playing Doctor Doom, I know we're doing the whole multiverse and whatever thing now, which is really just kind of driving me up the wall, other than the fact of Deadpool right now.
Spider-Man was good too.
Yeah. But now that I know the lore about it a little bit more, it makes sense. And
True.
I feel like he's the only one that can play it well.
After you know that
I know the history or the lore about Iron Man and Doctor Doom.
In 2 years, we're going to have an Avengers movie called Avengers Doomsday come out. That's going to be all about this whole thing, and it's going to also reintroduce the Fantastic Four into the MCU, so that seems really interesting. If you guys complain about Robert Downey Jr. having multiple roles, let's look at Josh Brolin. Okay. He was Cable and Thanos. So.
True.
Let's think about that for a second.
Yeah, I did look that up as well, Patrick. So I mean, that's the other thing is I'm excited. We looked up what all Doctor Doom's powers are and how he's this.
Well, we've seen
very
him in action.
Incredibly powerful.
We've seen him
being,
in the Fantastic Four movie.
Yes, I know, but that movie was shit.
No, it wasn't. They didn't portray him wrong.
I just thought it was pretty shit.
It wasn't that bad. It was cheesy because the Fantastic Four is cheesy.
Okay. But so I only know of Thanos being this big powerful being, right? And I was like, what the hell can they do to make somebody more powerful than Thanos? What are we going to do? Well, we got Doctor Doom.
He is one of the most powerful beings. He's one of the most powerful humans.
He's what'd they call it? We watched a thing.
What?
He's called a something being, a mega being, or a
he's one of the people that brings together probably one of the he's got the ability to destroy.
Yeah, we watched a little hey, did you know?
So I'm hoping that Robert Downey Jr. never takes off his mask because Doctor Doom He's known for the mask and the green and everything. So, and then we got Avengers Secret Wars coming out in 2027. They are passing on Kang the Conqueror, which sucks because they built so much up in Doctor Strange and in the Ant-Man movie.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
the Ant-Man movie, the Quantum Realm, or what was it called? The last one. Is that what it was?
Quantumania.
Quantumania.
Yeah. It sucked.
I was so bad.
Well, Bill Murray was in it for no dumb reason.
Well, I know. But like I was really excited about it, and I thought the movie sucked. So I was like, the whole Kang thing just kind of went downhill for me anyway. I mean, I'm excited for more of like the side TV shows right now. Like I'm excited for Agatha.
Yeah.
Like that looks peak.
Have you ever played Marvel Ultimate Alliance? Yes, I actually own the first two, and I've been wanting to play them for a while now. But it's just whenever I think about playing it, I always just get a little like, because they're pretty repetitive. But I love them. I love the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. They're really fun. So, yeah, that's pretty much the big major announcements that I wanted to talk about. I'm sure that there's plenty more that was announced and all that stuff, but we kind of got to get out of here. We've had a long show, and appreciate y'all joining and those commenting. Alex, do you want to go ahead and plug your Twitch?
Yeah, if you would like to watch me stream some video games or
Some
just
video
chat
games.
with me, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. My summer's kind of been all over the place as far as schedule goes because we're trying to stay active and out of the house.
It's been a
hit and miss. As of right now,
as of right
I
now.
have to do this at the beginning of all of my streams.
Let's look. Let's
as
take a
of right
Take a
now.
look at our weather forecast.
Okay, as of right now, it looks to be I'm streaming Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold at the beach.
As far as the next few weeks, I will let you know. I have to let you know like every week.
It's pretty hit and miss right now because of how much we're doing.
Especially
We're doing
towards the
so
end of
much.
summer, we're trying to.
Well, and the middle was so. We just did like 8 weeks of consistent travel.
Yeah, so we're just trying to do things as much as we can right now.
This is the busiest summer we've ever had in our lives. So appreciate those that have been like, oh, I guess I'll watch somebody else stream. We do have a group of friends that do stream as well, so you can follow them, and they've got plenty of gameplay to check out. As far as my stream goes, twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can catch me there Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. Right now I'm playing Fall Guys because we got the pass to get through, and they've revamped the maps. They brought back some oldies. Played some Hyperword Heroes last night. I wish I would have gotten some Night Fever.
Tail tag last night.
I had an amazing victory last night. Yes, I appreciate you bringing that up. I forgot about that, actually. I had the last grab and got the tail.
Literally 60. It was a second.
It was the last 3
It
seconds.
was like grab, dive,
run and dive.
boom.
Yeah.
And I watched the whole thing, and I was like, "You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. Oh my god!" I was like, I can't even imagine.
You know what was going through my head?
No, not that. I can't even imagine that the guy that had it for so long.
He threw his controller.
and then Patrick took it, and then he got stuck in the corner.
Oh yeah.
And then somebody else grabbed it, and then you grabbed it, and it was like all within like the one guy had it for so long.
Yeah. So it happens. So
It was
last second grab.
intense.
Fall Guys can get pretty tense and intense. So if you want to see some intense Fall Guys gameplay, check out my stream on tomorrow night. Appreciate you all joining. Make sure you give us follows. As far as our stream goes, we'd like it if you guys hit the like button on this video if you have not yet, and subscribe to our channel. Appreciate those that have, and hit the bell to be notified when we're live, which is every other Monday-ish for the show. So be sure to follow us there. Follow us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X/Twitter. Make sure you guys are following PTO Unlimited on there. PTO Unlimited _podcast on the Instagram. And we will also have some fall merch coming out soon because summer is pretty much like, hey, we're moving into fall here. So I'm going to probably get to work on that a lot sooner than later. Appreciate those that have supported the streams and supported the podcast by checking out the merch. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
@cute_kitty. Sorry, years of habit. I have to
Years of
hear Brett
habit.
in
Yeah,
my
I know.
head.
So when we see the intro, by the way, guys, we miss Brett just as much as you do on the show.
He's
trust me.
doing great. He's a
doing
married
fantastic.
man having fun with his wife.
Yeah, when we went and saw him and Ashley, it was pretty fun to hang out with them. They're going to be coming here at the end of the month, but we're probably going to be out of town. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, on the final note, tomorrow is my 5-year Twitch stream anniversary. So, if you guys haven't followed me on Twitch, please do so. I'd appreciate it. 5 years of streaming. It's been fun. Really good stuff. Also, suck it, Raiders. Viking is going to skull you on Saturday. Preseason game starts. It's time for the smack talk. Also, we got to start scheduling our
we got to get our draft going.
We got to get our draft going because we got to know.
I'm excited.
Who we're
I'm excited to
rooting
win.
I'm just waiting for the Patrick response. Oh, okay. It's preseason, so the Vikings haven't won a preseason game in like 3 seasons. So. What did he say?
He said, "You open the box."
I did open. Well, yeah. We can ban you.
He's gonna say Raiders.
Hey,
yep, here it is.
We can ban you, sir.
Yes, Crystal. They are Brett and Ashley have gone on multiple skiing trips already.
Oh yeah. So when we're actually there and having we're able to chat with them like adults. It's pretty funny.
They enjoyed their honeymoon in the mountains.
Yeah. All right. So appreciate y'all joining. We're gonna get out of here, guys. We're gonna go actually have dinner. It's like 9:30 here, so we're gonna eat. Appreciate y'all coming in the chat and having a good time. You guys have a good one. We'll catch you in the next show. Bye, guys.